What's going on, guys? Let's talk about the Kevin Hart roast, because Kevin Hart caught a lot of backlash about some of the jokes, some of the comedians that were at the roast. A lot of people did not like the George Floyd joke made by Tony Hinchcliffe. That being said, Kevin Hart went to the Breakfast Club and is going to defend the joke. Me personally, I didn't care for the joke. I'm not gonna lie, I thought the joke was stupid. It is what it is. But I want to see what Kevin Hart has to say about this, because it was his production company that, made the roast and this and that. So everything that was said on the roast was pre-approved by these guys. There was nothing that was said that you heard on the roast that Kevin Hart himself did not clear. I'm sure everything was read through a million times. Let's see what he has to say about this, because, man, he's catching a lot of backlash for it. Let's get into this, find out.
Yeah, the George Floyd joke, it wasn't a tasteful joke to our culture, to our audience, but our audience that's watching the roast, if you're watching the roast, you get why they're doing it.
This doesn't make sense. He just said, he's like, this was offensive to our culture and our audience. Like, so he knows it. He knows that it was offensive, but he's like, but if you're watching the roast, you know that we're going to be making offensive humor. But like, dude, you already knew that this, unless, oh my God, I just thought of it. What if he cleared this joke to literally get publicity? Because the roast itself sucked. The roast of Kevin Hart was not that great. Like some funny jokes sprinkled here and there, but overall, the roast was kind of trash. I'm not gonna lie. But the thing is, so he knew that it was gonna be offensive, and I wonder if he knew that this was gonna bring so much publicity that publicity is clicks. Clicks is money. It's like the people would watch the roast just to see the joke. It's kind of, oh my God. Mystery solved. Video over. Mystery has been solved. Dude, this actually might be the real reason.
Get why the racial humor is on the table. Like, it's not, I wasn't shocked. Like, that's what they do. Go look at the Tom Brady one. Like, that's what they do. It happens every year when they do a roast. It's not new. This isn't it's not a new agenda. It's not a new approach to comedy.
Yeah, you can have racial jokes. This is the difference. You know why he actually caught the backlash for this joke? Roasts are supposed to be made by people who are actually your friends. The people who are making fun of you in the worst way possible actually want the best for you. Tony Hinchcliffe is known to be like this MAGA comedian. He's super right-wing, slightly racist dude making this joke. So the source of the joke actually matters. If somebody else that would have been Kevin Hart's friend and would have made that joke, and maybe a black dude would have made it, or a black chick would have made it, this may not have caught the attention the way that it did. But considering who it came from, like, dude, what is Tony Hinchcliffe doing at a Kevin Hart roast? Just because he's got a little bit of a name? Like, honestly, he had no business being there, in my opinion. Like, zero. You should not be there. Roasts are supposed to be just made by people who actually care about you. People you hang out with, people you're friends with, people in the industry that you like. Not just some random dude for the name of it. That's why this was more of a production than a roast. Like, oh, look at all the names that I have. It's just like, get out of here.
Do you feel like Tony Hinchcliffe went too far when he made that joke about George Floyd?
It's Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect less. I don't expect more.
I feel like you're saying going too far is the point. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yes, I mean, that's why you're there. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to, because we're being honest. People are talking about that joke. Talk about his set.
Kev, what? Talk about the set. Yeah, talk about the set as a whole. No, dude, you can have a great set, which Tony didn't. I don't know. He was just Tony being Tony. Like, Tony Hinchcliffe is an offensive dude that rides on offensive humor because he doesn't really have anything else, right? That's what a lot of right-wing comedians really do. They just go and make fun of minorities and make fun of, like, just the lefty and this and that. But, like, their jokes are not really original. Like, they don't have that muscle to come up with an original good joke. They talk about that stuff, but they disguise it as humor when it really is. It's just lazy jokes, honesty. They're kind of trash. It's like, there's nothing original. There's nothing behind it. It's just like, oh my God, this it's such an innovative joke, or I never really thought about it this way. Nah, dude, they all make the same stupid jokes about the same people. That's what their jokes are. Like kicking other people down. There's nothing else to their humor. And people of that audience, they eat that shit up. But the audience for the roast wasn't that. So that's why it didn't make sense that Tony Hinchcliffe was there in the first place. Come on, dude. Read the room, Kevin. Read the freaking room, Kev.
Tony Hinchcliffe arguably had the best set, or one of the best sets, between Tony and Cheryl.
No. The best set was The Rock. The Rock executed that perfect. I'm sorry. The Rock killed it at the end. Killed it. He, to me, had the best set. Chelsea had a pretty decent set. There was a couple other people. Like Jeff Ross had a decent set. Not his best work, but Jeff Ross is his mid work is pretty great when it comes to roasts. But to say that Tony Hinchcliffe arguably had the best set, no, that's an opinion. Just like me saying that The Rock had the best set, that's my opinion. That's not a fact. Everything is subjective, especially when it comes to humor. So you saying, I'm like, oh my God, well, Tony Hinchcliffe had the best set, so say the set. But dude, the joke is part of the set. So I'm judging the set based, including this joke. So what are we talking about? Of course he's going to defend that because he can't say anything negative about it because he pre-approved everything. He pre-approved the whole thing. You can't, I'd say, oh, you know what? I can't be mad at Tony. He can't be mad at Tony. He okayed the joke. Period. That's why he can't say anything about the set, the joke, or any of that. That's why people were sort of backlashing at Kevin because it's yo, you knew the joke was coming and you cleared it anyway. And
I would say Naeem had a really strong set.
Naeem had a very strong set. I was laughing out loud at Tony until that joke.
Until the joke.
But not even just that joke. I don't like when people joke about violent, tragic death. I liked Pete's set, and then I was like, oh, why you had to say anything about Charlie Kirk?
Pete had a great set too. Pete had a Charlie Kirk joke.
Pete did have a great set.
Would I tell those jokes? No. But do I get why they're being told? Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm not looking at Pete crazy. I'm not looking at Tony crazy. That's what, I know what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. I know your style of comedy.
But this is a roast. This is the roast of Kevin Hart. And he's right. We know their style of comedy. So we didn't expect anything else from Tony Hinchcliffe. Let's face it. We didn't. You knew that it was going to be some super offensive racial humor. From Tony Hinchcliffe? Shocking. Yeah, I know. That's why people are mad at you, Kev. He should not have been on the roast. If he was actually a good dude and a decent dude, people would not give him so much flack. But Tony is known to be a racist guy. A racist guy making a racist joke at a black comedian's roast is a bad look, Kev. It's a bad look. I understand defending comedy, but keep those comedians over there. A lot of the lineup wasn't great. The roast lineup just wasn't great to begin with, but whatever.
Did you see the interview that I did with Terrence Floyd, George Floyd's brother?
No.
So he said
no shot to you.
No, okay. That's look.
I'm never watching it.
That's fine.
I just want to make clear. I'm never watching that.
I only brought it up.
Even now that you told me, I'm not going to go back and go look at that interview.
Because he's a fan.
But I just want to make it clear so you understand what I do with my time. I'm never doing that.
I feel like this is a different tone from Kevin Hart. He's mad about something. He's definitely mad at all this backlash, and I feel like he's not handling. Well, I'm not watching that. Why would I watch it? I'm not watching what you just said. She was trying to be genuine about what she was saying. Yeah, this is a bad response to this. I know he's trying to be funny, but this is a bad response.
Okay, go ahead.
I just asked because he's a fan of you. Mm-hmm. He saw the joke and it picked up pretty big. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know if you saw it, but he basically said as a fan of you and knowing that you came to the funeral to support his family, even though it's a roast and Tony, that's what he does, they expected you to kind of be the person that would stop it right in the moment or just not allow for.
Yes. That is the whole thing why he's getting all the hate right now, because he knew that was coming And he still cleared it just for the sake of humor. No, dude, some things you just gotta be like, you know what? That's trash, dude. That joke that's gotta go. Come up with something better. For him to say that that's okay and he cleared it, that's what people don't understand. But like, why are you letting this? Why are you defending this? Like, why are you defending this? He could have just said, yo, I made a bad judgment call. And oops, it did not, like, at the moment I thought it was good, but you know, looking back, I should have really just like squashed it and it would have been over. But like, man, it was a bad judgment call. I should have never done that, right? But it's like, sometimes when you own mistakes, people come back at you more. But when you own a mistake, people understand. But like, you know what are you going to say? But like, you know what? We all mess up. We understand. So you just doubling down, but like, whoa, this is Tony. But like, yeah, Tony should not have been there in the first place. He shouldn't have cleared that.
For certain things that
and he
happen.
also said he wanted you to come harder. He said if they're going to joke, why you ain't come harder with your own jokes?
All right.
Racist jokes, I guess.
This is actually a good thing to give a rebuttal to.
See, then
They talked about my dead mom and my dead dad. Said that they were running a train on my mom in
That was
heaven,
hilarious.
right?
It was
Oh,
the
that
double
was
entendre.
crazy.
The
Yeah,
double
that was
entendre was
Regina
hilarious.
killed that.
Right?
Yes,
Oh
that
wait,
was
that's
Great,
right. You
great.
probably should say killed that.
The jokes about Kevin was on a slave ship in a bottle with like the ship in the bottle. Like, I'm going to appreciate humor. I don't get affected by the attempt of humor. I get it, right? In this case, like, do more. It's my production.
There you go. He's like, this is my production. He cleared all of it. And again, this was coming from people who were not his friends. They're just comedians. The point of a roast, one more time, is to have your friends roast you. You know, when you're hanging out on a Friday night and you guys have had a couple beers and you're just talking shit back and forth and you start roasting each other because this is like, yo, this is the crew, this is our people, this is our friends, and you can go hard and you can just joke, you know, in like the most intimate ways because you know these people and you mean their best and you're just making jokes because you guys are boys. This is a production. This was not friends roasting a friend, which is what it should have been. He was like, oh, I'm just gonna pay some big name comedians. Even if you listen to the Cat Williams part, Cat Williams was like, yo, basically you're here for the money. And when I said Kevin's a puppet, basically what I meant is that the Netflix executives have their hands so far up Kevin Hart's ass that they're basically making him do anything or something of that sort, right? I think I got it pretty close. He literally Cat Williams doubled down on what he was saying to begin with. He didn't rebuttal anything, and Kevin's like, yeah, we're squashing this, whatever, you know, like, the whole bullshit. It's like, you had a bunch of people that you don't get along with that are not part of your audience, just they have some kind of name among other people out there, and then you're like, but this is about humor. Yeah, it is about humor, but it's also about the people that are closest to you making these jokes, not some actual dude. Nah, he messed up. You can tell that Kevin's salty. Kevin is salty.
We're live. The more is what? Like, what is it that you expect me? You want me to take a live production and stand up and fight Tony or have a react?
This makes zero sense. The jokes are pre-approved. He's talking about like, oh, well, they just said it on the spot. So what am I gonna fight him on the right then and there? No, these are pre-approved. Everything that you heard on the roast live was scrolling down a teleprompter, beep, 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 and it was read word by word. And everybody knew about every single joke that was going to be said. So you don't just go around like, what am I going to fight him? No, you squash the joke before you put it on the teleprompter, Kev. Don't act like this was some kind of a surprise, but like, oh my God, I can't believe they said that. Get out of here, dude. No, this is when people don't own up their mistakes. That's when people were not stupid, dude. People were not stupid. He's trying to cover up what he did. He thought it was going to be better than what it was. It turned out kind of crappy. Now he's got to defend his own production company because he can't talk shit about it because he approved it. And it's not turning out good. It's actually a bad look now. It's even more of a bad look.
Like, Tony told a joke. It wasn't a tasteful joke to us. We didn't like it. Okay. Hey.
But to us, us is your audience. You knew who us was, right? It's your roast. You know who watches you? Your audience watches you. So it's offensive to us. So you knew it was going to be offensive to us, but you cleared it anyway. Come on, man. Like, just own up to a mistake.
Hey, man, fuck that joke. We move on. I don't understand why we stand on a hill and it becomes like this big thing of like, oh man, the motherfuckers, they do this and they're attacking the culture. It doesn't have to be that. It literally is either you're a fan of this level of content or you're not. And if you're not a fan, then you don't watch it. So
it's not this type of content. That's not what it is. There's plenty of roasts who are bangers. But the comedians, you can be a fan of comedians. So if you're a fan of Kevin Hart and you're a fan of like Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, comedians like that, and if you're a fan of them, came out weird. But if you're a fan of them, you're most likely not a fan of freaking Tony Hinchcliffe and his crew. Because it's not the same audiences, man. It's like, I understand that this is the roast, but the comedians in there, they're not the same people. They're not the same type of audience. Like, don't try. Like, he's trying to make it just about the jokes and the humor, which I understand. But this is a bad take, considering this was your roast and you cleared the people who were supposed to say the offensive things to you. That's what it is.
My last note for all attached to this is very simple, okay? Whatever the headlines or whatever the dialogue is, my rebuttal is simplicity. Remove me from it. I didn't say it.
For the millionth fucking time, you approved it. Makes you just as guilty into this as anything else. Your production, your company, your roast, you approve everything. Saying I didn't say it, like it was just like it came out of left field and you didn't know what was coming. How many times do I have to say it? You approved it. It makes you just as guilty. If I throw a party, and I knew exactly who was coming to the party, and there's a dude at the party that everybody hates. Dude, everybody comes to the party, including the guy that everybody hates. So party goes on, this and that. Dude, the dude that everybody hates has a couple drinks, starts mouthing off like he usually does, being an asshole and this and that. And everybody's at the party. He's like, dude, what's going on? He's like kind of ruining the vibe. And you're like, hey, man, I'm not saying this stuff. I'm not saying, but why are you mad at me? I'm not saying with this guy. That's him. Be mad at him. Yeah, but I invited him to the party. You understand that? I invited him to the party. It's my party. So yeah, I am actually just as guilty about this guy ruining the party as the guy ruining the party. It's the exact same thing. And now he's like, oh, but I didn't say it. You can't get out of this one like that. That's I'm sorry, that's kind of trash.
If you are upset that the night went on, that's a different conversation. It's nothing I can do. It's a production. It's a live production.
It is streamed live, but everything that goes into that was made previous. All the jokes. There was no jokes that were said that night that were not pre-approved. Why does he we know that. His argument is stupid.
I'm not compromising the live production for a reaction of what? What do you want me to do? I'm going to drag him off? You want me to fight afterwards? You want me to turn it into like what? That's not what I agreed to do. That's not the job at hand. The job at hand was to produce a successful roast, which I did. I also got the rebuttal. I also got to say shit at the end. What are we dealing with?
There have been so many roasts out there, so many roasts, and people say insane stuff at roasts, right? How many roasts do you remember that have gotten the backlash that Kevin Hart's getting right now about jokes? Zero. But he's getting it back and he's justifying it under the roast, like, you know, with the with the roast act, like, yo, it's a roast, this and that. But like, no, dude, you actually produced a so-so roasts with some terrible jokes, some decent jokes. Overall, it was mid. That was 5 out of 10 at best. That roast was a 5 out of 10 at best. There was so many people that should not have even been there. The Regina Hall or whatever her name is, the chick that was like, you know, pretending to talk to his mom. Tiana Taylor, what was she doing there? That was just like, she didn't do anything. Cat Williams, he killed it, obviously, but like, Cat, like I love Cat, but I don't think he should have been there. Tony Hinchcliffe shouldn't have been there. I don't even like Shane Gillis hosting the thing. There's like so many people that honestly should have been. It should have been a whole different roster.
Here, I'll say it again. Stop talking as if I said it. Mm-hmm. So when you say the family and the family's affected, I didn't disrespect the family. Showed up.
It's your production company, bro. It is your production company that okayed everything. Kevin is salty. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible.
Up for the family when it happened. Made sure that the family felt supported. Made sure that all things there were actually cool. Behind the scenes, just as an example, you know the one person that I talked to, and I'm not even gonna tell you the conversation, Stephen Jackson.
Oh, I know he caught that.
That's because that's my nigga.
Yeah.
Hey, Stack, let me just call you, man, so I can explain to you like the world of the roast. X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. We talked. I get it, Kev. We had a great conversation. But that's what I mean when I say, hey, man, let me call the one person after. And that's before whatever you're talking about. Mm-hmm. That's immediate. Mm-hmm. Stack, hey, Tony threw one out there. It's this and this, but you do know that that's what this shit is a roast. But I just want you to know from my side.
He should have said that before the roast started, before when you cleared the joke. Before you recorded it, before you started the whole live show, that's who you call. That's when you call the people, be like, hey, man, this is the type of joke we got coming. What do you think? Right? Be like, hey, is this cool? Is this not? You don't do that after. Be like, oh, by the way, guess I did something. It sounds like I didn't know about it, but I knew about it, but I did something. So let me tell you what I did. Is this cool?
The man is on his own.
You ain't lead with that, Kev. You should have been leading with that the whole time.
Because I don't need to.
People just want to know you care.
I don't fucking need to prove to people that I give a fuck.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Just this time. This one time.
No.
Yes, this one time.
No. If you open that door,
good look.
Then that's the door that people expect all the time. Why the fuck do I need to do that?
I think it's because of how much the George Floyd situation affected so many people. I think I get what you're saying and how you...
Why are you doing this? It didn't have to be. It didn't have to be that. Like, this just literally is putting the roast on the map for all the wrong reasons.
Staying on your business, and I respect you for that.
I'm not talking about staying on my business.
Or whatever it is. I think with certain things...
not say it.
But their pushback is it happened at Kevin Hart's roast. Kevin
Hart
is like, he's out, like, so many of us support you. You're ours.
They just want to hear you say. Okay, I just want to hear you say what you said today is tasteless. You actually reached out to somebody who's considered his family to say, let them know. That's all.
Look at Charlamagne's like, yo, just be like, man, it was tasteless, this and that. Just give the people what they want. Give them something that you actually do. He's like, I don't care. You should care because we are your fans. You should care. What is this? What is going on? This is dude, Kevin is mad. This is not the Kevin that I'm used to. This is not the Kevin that we know. He is, there's something in there. He's in his feelings right now.
I have the best example. Mm-hmm. If I go to a nightclub, and like we're celebrating, right? And 2 people get killed that night at the nightclub. What's the headline?
Kevin Hart's party got shot.
Two people died at Kevin Hart's party, right? People may say, I'm not going to Kevin Hart's party again. Man, you can't go to Kevin Hart's shit. Kevin Hart's shit ain't safe. I ain't fucking with Kev. You heard what happened. I go, but I didn't fucking do it. I didn't even know the people that fucking was shooting.
The difference in this example would be if Kevin Hart knew that a couple people had guns intending to use them and were going to kill somebody and he didn't say anything, it's like, well, I didn't shoot them. Yeah, Kev, but you knew that these dudes with the guns were coming. You could have said something. You could have been like, nope, you guys can't come. You can't come. So yeah, dude, he's like, oh my God, this is the biggest, like, this is everybody else's fault, but not mine. This is not my fault. I did not say it. This is literally somebody who's having a hard time taking that L right now and just throwing it back at everybody who is not responsible for this. And it's a bad freaking look.
I didn't even know the two people that got killed. That's the nature of being the name. Your name is attached to things to make things bigger. What is my fucking... I didn't shoot the gun. Why am I arguing and why am I doing interviews after?
You know what? I've seen enough, man. I don't even want to watch the rest of this. This is just a bad look all over for Kevin Hart. It's just like he's trying to justify what happened at his roast, and people, obviously, a lot of people made a big deal about it, and he's just like, I did not do it, when we all know that all the jokes were pre-written. This is a terrible look. And the way he's going about it is just like, so like, dude, I'm Kevin Hart. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. This was my shit. I didn't say nothing. Don't come for me. But like, dude, this is not how this should have played out. This is not, like, you don't even need to make an apology. You just need to make a decent explanation of like, yo, bad judgment call at the moment of the writing of the approval. I thought it might go off better than it did. The delivery, I don't know. I didn't like quite agree. I wasn't sure if I should have this joke in there now. We ended up clearing it, and it didn't hit at all. And it's just like, we should have just scrapped it and leave it at that. But like, I made a bad judgment call on a joke, right? And take ownership of that. But like, I knew that what Tony was about. We know what Tony was about. Maybe I shouldn't have had him there to begin with, considering this is not his audience. They're just like, and just leave it at that. It's like, you're not sorry, but you're admitting that you messed up. There's a difference, right? And he's just not doing that whatsoever, when he's literally the final checkpoint for everything on this roast. Not a good look, Kev. Anyway, man, what do you guys think? Like, what do you think of this? Like, I didn't like a big part of the roast anyway. It is what it is. That's personal opinion. A lot of people probably love the roast. But what do you guys think of his apology? Like, is this sufficient enough? Do you think he has the right to be like, I didn't say it, that wasn't me, fuck off, basically, right? That's what he's saying. Like, do you guys think that he has the right to do that, or should he has more of ownership of what went down at his roast, produced by his company, and all the jokes cleared by him and his company, right? Like, what do you guys think? Like, am I making this too personal for him, or is like, I don't feel like I am, though. I don't feel like I am. But anyway, put that in the comments, Anyway, if you guys like this video, put a like, give it a subscribe. It really helps the channel, man. So anyway, if you guys like this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Anyway, if you guys like this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. It really does help me continue to produce these. It really helps me make these kinds of videos and gives it like a. Anyway, if you guys like this video, give it a like, hit the subscribe button. That way it tells me that you guys like this type of content and I should make more. And it will give me the opportunity to actually make more. It really helps the channel. Anyway, throw something in the comments. Let's talk about this, guys. Until next time, peace.